England 6, Panama 1, Harry Kane delivers as fans believe football is coming home. It was the attitude. By the standards of their predecessors, the Three Lions are still little more than cubs. In the Nizhny Novgorod Stadium, they roared. From the first minute, the spectacle was that predatory players hunting impacts, exploiting weaknesses, cruelly picking off Panama blow after blow. Remember, though, Panama are a side that had held out for nearly 50 minutes against Belgium. That is more than enough time for England's age-old fears and doubts to have crept through to the current generation. Thankfully, though, Southgate's belief-filled side are having none of it. So when Jesse Lingard was elbowed in the face in the opening minute in the penalty area, England just got on with it when the free kick went the other way. A misplaced pass from John Stones to Ashley Young nearly allowed Annabel Godoy in for an unlikely opener. But when his shot went high and wide, it was no harm done. No need for recriminations, let's crack on. This, though, was mismatch as wide as the Panama Canal, and it became apparent after just 8 minutes when the Central American side panicked at the first England corner. One defender grabbed Harry Kane, another got both hands on Harry Maguire, while a third desperately clung on to Ruben Loftus-Cheek. It would have been as clear-cut a penalty, with or without VAR, that we have had at this tournament. Only somebody had forgotten to bear hug John Stones out of the game, so he duly headed Kieran Trippier's corner into the back of the net to save the bother. Because penalties are a bother where Panama are concerned. They like to walk up to the kicker to put him off. Goalkeeper Jaime Pineda lolls against his goalpost to delay things further. Battles over every inch of the painted D need sorting by the referee, and it was a good 2 minutes after Lingard was bundled over by Escobar as he collected Trippier's pass that Kane was finally allowed to take his kick. He normally places his spot kick into the back of the net, but this one was blasted into the back of the net. In effect, the battle was won by now just 22 minutes into the game, but those Lions had tasted blood. Somewhat at odds to the experiences of recent major finals, England actually started to enjoy themselves. Lingard, perhaps a little nervy in the opening game against Tunisia, banished any doubts he might have had about his presence on this stage by taking the ball on the left-hand corner of the box, playing a sharp 1-2 with Raheem Sterling and curling the returned ball inch perfectly inside the top corner from the edge of the area. Amazingly, England were still only getting started. The build-up to the game had been overtaken with the supposed row about the media spilling training ground secrets with their telephoto lenses. Since arriving in Rupino, the netting shrouding the complex has noticeably thickened and, in fairness, away from open training sessions, there has been very little in terms of spying on the camp. Good job, too, because clearly that is where the fourth goal was hatched. Trippier's short free kick to Jordan Henderson was swung in towards Kane, who headed across goal. The plan was clearly for Sterling to convert, but when his header was saved, Stones was in the perfect place to nod the ball over the line. It was a move so mesmerizing even the VAR officials took a couple of minutes to rubber stamp it, but rubber stamp it they did. The penalty that led to the fifth on the stroke of halftime was just as easy to give. Godoy seemed intent on trying to remove Kane's shirt as he tried to attack another Trippier corner, and the Egyptian referee Gud Grisha had no hesitation in pointing to the spot. Getting the kick taken was another more painstaking process, but Kane eventually dispatched England's fifth in identical fashion to his first. Panama, by now, were just being nuisances, rapidly losing any friends they had built up along their unlikely progression towards Russia in the first place. "48 teams in the finals. 32 was proving one too many in this game, thank you very much." Thankfully, after a center circle huddle on the halftime whistle, they endeavored to place on more football. It made the spectacle more edifying but could not stem the flow of goals. Kane's final touch, he knew little about. Loftus-Cheek's shot hit his heel in the 61st minute and looped over the goalkeeper, and with hat-trick secured, he was promptly replaced by Jamie Vardy. As ever with these things, the momentum began to get lost, and heinously, it had to be said, substitute Danny Rose was stranded the wrong side of his man from a simple free kick, and Felipe Baloy slid in a consolation for Panama with 12 minutes left. Strangely enough, the England fans, joyous in the 31-degree sunshine, dancing and singing choruses of "Are You Scotland in Disguise?" did not seem to mind.